Some Tesla Model X competition has entered the chat. We are going to talk about the new DeLorean Alpha5. And guess what?
What?
It is also a NFT.
Rev. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone. We are your favorite Web3, NFT, and digital art channel in face paints. If you are new here, please like and subscribe. And if not, just like, because you're probably already subscribed, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into what is going on with this DeLorean. So I found out about this at Web3 Expo out in Las Vegas in October of 2022. It was by far the most frequented booth at the conference. They had a OG DeLorean on display.
Nice.
And they had it gated off around a glass wall, and you could only go in and take a photo with it if you purchased the DeLorean NFT, which reserves you the car when it goes into production. So I have no idea how many of these were actually sold during the conference, but we will go into what the car looks like, how you can get one of these DeLorean NFTs, and also talk a little bit about the technology and what is happening here and how this could be very revolutionary for car collectors and auto sales in general in the future. The future is now, it is happening. So let's just talk about what they are doing. So we are on the DeLorean website. This is DeLorean.com. And here is what the new car looks like. Yeah, I really like it. I do think it looks a bit Tesla-y. And that has been a big criticism. If you come over to their Instagram, which is at DeLorean Motor Company, and just like scroll through the comments, you'll see really mixed reviews about the car. A lot of people want it to be the original body frame of the car that we all know, but that's not what they chose to do. Here's the original, in case anybody forgets what it looks like. So yeah, I get it. It's really cool, right? But it looks really 80s. So they have updated it, and it has the gull wing doors, which are the doors that open like you see here. Now, I have a trivia question for everyone, and it's something for you to think about too, Queen, because I'll ask you again at the end. I'll ask our audience if they were able to get the answer right, and I will reveal what it is. But do you know what the original car was that had the gull wing doors? Because I'm going to tell you it's not the DeLorean, which is what most people think. So don't answer now, but if you think you know the answer, leave it in the comments below, and I will tell you at the end of this video what that car is. So, these are legendary doors at this point. They are by far the most known from DeLorean. They are now also known by Tesla and the Model X. The thing that I really like about this DeLorean versus the Model X is that the gull wing doors open over the entire cavity of the car, and the Model X is just the back seat. So this is how I feel like it properly should be done. I also know that the car that had the gull wing doors had a lot of production trouble getting these doors to work correctly. And it was actually DeLorean who figured out the engineering hydraulics. I don't know if that's the right word, but whatever, to raise the doors up and not have any issues. So they are the original perfectionists of this sort of door, which I love just how this looks. I always have. I think everybody who's ever seen Back to the Future thinks that the original DeLorean is so rad. I do really like the car. Oh, it's so iconic. I do really like the throwback to that grid pattern and the lighting at the back. I think it looks really good, especially with the doors open, that light there. But again, I get the controversy when it's all closed up. It's very slick Tesla-y vibes. Some competition for sure. They also have a little bit of a fashion collection going on here, which I'm assuming is also going to be some merch that you can get through the DeLorean NFT at some point. Or I guess you can shop now more pieces out of this collection. Sure. Okay, so if you are on DeLorean.com and you're feeling the vibes here and you want to reserve one of these Alpha5 DeLorean, you can click on this reserve and explore Alpha5 button at the top of their site, and that will take you to DeLorean.com/reserve. Yeah, and you can see the car is currently being displayed in 3 colors: the red, the white, and the black. I'm not gonna lie, I think these colors are just a little bit boring. But that's another thing everybody said, like, where's the chrome silver, which is like the original car color. So interesting choice that they didn't include that. Again, these haven't gone into production yet, so who knows if they're going to expand the color selection by then or whatnot. But at least the paints, that's everybody's a critic, but that's my feedback. So if you want to get one of these, here's what you have to do. You have to first join the Alphas Club. And I got a lot to say about this as a user experience.
How many steps are we talking here, Britt?
Yeah. So step 1, you have to become a lifetime member of the DeLorean Alphas Club. So first of all, they have blocked me from seeing step 2 unless I pay $88. And this is where I'm going to do some free UX consulting because it's going to be really hard for me to make the next purchase if I have to make a first purchase. And also an NFT could technically just be your membership pass. I'm not too sure why I have to buy a club membership and then the NFT. Seems like you could just token gate a members club with an NFT that I just buy. But you guys do you.
Stupid.
Calm down, queen. Hey, they're innovating. It's the first of its kind. So anyway, you're going to have to become a member first for $88. And that membership gets you a whole slew of things which you can read about in this exclusive benefits hyperlink. Here they all are on screen. I'm not going to read through it all, but there's some things in here that were a little questionable, like exclusive DeLorean Alpha Twitter space. Can Twitter spaces be gated? I don't think so. Maybe. I guess if you have a membership, I think so. The site, I don't know either. I haven't seen that yet. And I'm also a little confused about how you get exclusive access to rooms in the DeLorean Discord, because this technically doesn't sound like it's the NFT. Although maybe that's what I'm not understanding. Maybe this is mint pass sort of deal.
Maybe. I also find it interesting that they say DeLorean Alpha's merchandising, and then they also say DeLorean merchandise discounts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying with the shop on the previous page. Like, what? So I think this needs just a little bit more clarification of what is going on here. But I do really like the idea of minting a collector's car on the blockchain. I think it's a great idea. And so if you want to go to step 2, let's say we've already purchased that, whether it's an NFT or just a pass. I don't know what that $88 gets you. That lifetime pass. Now you can go into the DeLorean Exchange, which again, I do not have access to because I have not done step 1, nor do I intend to right now. Maybe in the future, I haven't decided yet. But you can use that pass to access this exchange that we can't see and buy the NFT for $2,500. So I'm going to give you the full mint information here so that we just have it documented somewhere. I also think it's interesting that they are not calling out the word NFT anywhere. I think there's that stigma right now in the public about what an NFT is. So they are calling this a digital twin avatar, which is a JPEG of your car that you are reserving on the blockchain. We also don't know what blockchain this is. I couldn't find that information on here, but I'm assuming Ethereum. And that JPEG NFT is your pass, your reservation pass to get one of the cars. There are going to be 9,351 total NFTs minted. And that number comes from a historic throwback to an alleged production run of 9,350 vehicles in the 1980s. So they've just done that old production number plus 1. And these started minting on September 30th, 2022 at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And they're going to reveal the NFTs on October 30th. So the thing that's being revealed besides the JPEG art itself is the randomized production slot. So that is the number that will be hopefully, I'll explain it in a second. Line up with the VIN number of the car. And if you get like number 1, you would get the first production model. If you got number 567, you would get number 567 that comes out of the production line. They did give a disclaimer that their intention is for the production slot number to match the final 4 digits of the vehicle's VIN number once it goes through production, but it's not a guarantee. And should it not happen, they will deviate and advise everyone on what to do if that situation presents itself. So there's that, which seems like maybe a bit of a big deal if you're going to start trading these. And I know car collectors, and I know that, you know, the VIN number of the car does matter to a collector. You want something high, like under 100 rank if you're a serious collector, and this is something really big for you. So if you're trading these in the DeLorean Exchange to try and get that VIN number and it doesn't pan out, I don't know. They say they got it. They're going to figure out a solution for that should that situation happen. But that's happening. You might be wondering, what does this JPEG art look like? What color car am I getting? Is this just going to be like a randomized car? Like, what's the deal? No, you will have to pay an additional $5,000 to pick the specs for your car, and that will come at a later date, so that they haven't predetermined what those specifications are going to be at, but you will select it for your NFT, and then the NFT will update with the new features that you've added, like the color of your car, probably what kind of engine or battery, I guess, is in there.
Yeah.
These are going to be electric vehicles. Yeah, that's interesting. And then that all that money that you put into it, the $5,000 and the $2,500 that you were your original investment, will end up becoming a part of the final price of the car. And that final price is still yet to be determined at this moment. I did talk with somebody who said that the car is going to be like around $100,000. But again, that's not anything firm. That's just what they told me at the booth. Who knows? But again, you could always just sell your reservation number at a later date if you're not planning to buy the car. And I think that people are going to buy it. But this is not financial advice. So
I have a stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
DeLorean, do they have any other vehicles?
Yes. That is not a stupid question.
Is that the auto manufacturer name? But that's the model name of the vehicle, right? So
yes.
who manufactures it?
So,
who are they partnering for EV?
Yeah. So this is all very good information that you would want to have before investing. I did look into the original DeLorean story, and it is not a good one. So the company collapsed a long time ago. So this is a complete relaunch of the DeLorean brand. I don't think it really has any association with the original DeLorean besides the name and throwback to the car design. Some people were even speculating that maybe they can't use the original design because of patents and whatever. So that could very well be. I do not know who is going to be behind the battery production for the EV, and that is a concern I have as well. Mm-hmm. If anybody has that information, including DeLorean themselves, should they be watching this video, please drop that information to me, and I will pin it at the top of this video's comment section, because I sure would love to know, because I know that according to Elon Musk, that battery production is very complicated. Mm-hmm. That is something that you would probably want to tell people who are thinking about buying one of these, right? Mm-hmm. They did say that they will announce the retail pricing for this in late 2023, and that the production, like the actual delivery of the car, should happen somewhere late in 2024. Now, that's another thing I've got
at a year. At least at a year.
Yeah, especially because Tesla themselves can't even hit their deadlines. So
as someone who's worked closely with auto manufacturers and mobility, and we just had a Rivian delivered to our house, and that was way delayed. Like,
yeah,
this one.
So take that with a grain of salt. You know, what's going to happen is going to happen. But a very cool concept to be able to reserve one of these on the blockchain and to trade.
That's cool.
Trade. You know, essentially, you could just buy the reservation and sell it to somebody else for more money and make a profit that way, or the way things are going in the NFT market right now, it goes to zero. I'm kidding. Kind of. Anyway. So this mint is actually backed by this company called NFTiq. And what is cool about them is that they have an NFC chip technology. So this is how they are doing what they are calling that digital twin avatar. That's what they mean when they say that phrase, is that the car itself will be chipped with a corresponding number. I don't know how it works. Something. So part of the reason for doing this is not only to track the car on the blockchain, but it also prevents theft in the future, which I think is a great idea. So if your car gets stolen, you'd be able to scan for the chip and see who the owner actually is on the blockchain, which is a real step forward. I think that's probably like the main reason they went with this company. I don't know much about them, but they do chips that correspond with blockchain tokens. And they also just say that they use blockchain technology. Okay, which one? Which blockchain? I got a lot of questions. I couldn't find information. So again, if NFTiq is watching this video, do let me know what blockchain this is happening on, because I'm very curious and I would love to know. Yeah. One thing that I thought was pretty funny, if we scroll down here, their clients right now are DeLorean and Hooters. So I guess they're maybe also putting titties on the blockchain. I don't know. So that is the 411 on the DeLorean NFT. Back to my original question. Do you know, and you can just maybe take a guess if you're really in the dark, about what car manufacturer originally did the gull wing doors?
I have no idea. Porsche. They haven't been around long enough.
And incorrect. What do you think, audience? Did you comment below? Do you have the answer? If you got this right, then you are a real car buff. They originally come from Mercedes-Benz. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. It was first a race car in 1952. And then it was put into production as a sports car in 1954. So that is how far back these gull wing doors go, which I think is actually kind of mind-blowing.
Wild.
So I just got one last question for you, Queen of Degens. I would like to ask you to give me your glue sniff rating on this project. If you are not familiar with our glue sniff rating system, we do this in some of our episodes to gauge how high on glue you have to be to actually invest in this NFT. And this is totally backed by science. 5 out of 6 dentists recommend it. So how, on a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being you just need a little bit of glue to buy this NFT, and 3 being you have to have sniffed a lot of glue to buy this NFT. How are you feeling?
Yeah, this is going to be a 3 huffer, I think, for me, at least.
It's a 3 sniffer. I'm going to have to go with it's a 3 sniffer as well. And this is, again, a UX criticism and not so much an idea criticism. But the fact that you've gated your exchange DeLorean, I don't feel very confident about being able to buy one of these, resell it, if it's not somewhere publicly known, like OpenSea or something, like someplace where there's a lot of traffic, because I don't know who's going to see it except car collectors. And again, I could be totally wrong. There could be like so many car collectors that are going to know about this, and they are more than willing to go into that DeLorean exchange. But from my perspective, as somebody who would have to dig pretty deep to find this information, it would be hard for me to buy at this point. But I love the idea.
Yeah, I agree.
And that is our episode. So thank you all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and also tell us your thoughts. Would you mint the DeLorean? And have you? And what do you think? Talk to you soon.